coming to the green.
Headed into overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Pace car is off, ready to go. All furniture row, front row. Watch for that target car of Kyle Larson entering the Geico restart zone. Let's go! Larson's trying to split him. He's in between the two Toyotas. He bounces off Martin Truex Jr. right in front of Matt Kenseth, and he's on the low line. Kyle Larson with a blinding restart. Has Truex got anything for him down the back straight? Trevor Bayne in the 6-2. What a great start from the Roush Fenway driver. Coming to the line, and once Kyle Larson crosses here to get the white, it will be final. White flag to the 42 Chip Ganassi racing driver. Less than 2 miles to go. There's a hat trick on the line.
Give me one more set of corners, buddy, then you can celebrate all you want, bud.
One more set of corners, buddy. Kyle Larson got back here at 2:45 this morning after coming second in Knoxville. There is no second place here. Kyle Larson coming to the line with Truex chasing will win his 3rd time in a row here in Michigan.
Yeah, good job, guys. Hell of a job, buddy. I want a show like you've never put on before here. I'm so proud of you.
All the excitement, all this excitement with Kyle Larson and his team, dejection with Matt Kenseth and his team. Saw Matt Kenseth on the bottom of 3 wide. He must have had a tire go down. He is going to finish in 24th position.
3rd Monster Energy Cup Series win this year, and 3rd in a row. And there were times in this race where he was outside the top 10, where it didn't look that promising, and in the end, he brought it home. The team told him, I want to see a show like never before, and he's putting it on. And this moment presented by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long.
Sometimes, Lee, you win with the fastest car. Sometimes it's pit strategy. Sometimes it's lucky breaks. But sometimes, Jeff, you just go up and you take the victory from someone else. And that's what Kyle Larson did right there, restarting on the 2nd row. He just took the victory away from Martin Truex Jr.
It's pretty awesome when your car owner comes on and says, make it 3 wide on the outside. You know, you have permission to bring it home on a wrecker or bring it home with a checker.
What a storied weekend. Here's Rutledge Wood. He's right there.
Kyle Larson burning it down at the start-finish line. 3rd in a row here at Michigan. That restart was everything. Kyle, how did you do that?
I have no idea. I was running a few options through my head and of what to do if I got a good jump, and that was one of them. And it worked out perfect. So I can't believe it happened. We were struggling all day. Definitely not as good as we were the last 2 times we won here, but we persevered and had some good restarts right at the end.
What do you want to say to your fans right now?
This is
Chip Ganassi getting in there.
Just clocked me in the head there. I want to thank him for one, for finding me in 2011, bring me up from USAC ranks to race for him. I want to thank all my fans as well. This has been an incredible week for me. To be able to go run the Knoxville Nationals yesterday, run second to Donnie Schatz, and then come here and win and beat Martin Truex, who is the Donnie Schatz right now. So definitely a week I'll never forget.
We'll see you in victory lane, buddy.
Thank you.
I tell you what, he says we weren't that good most of the day. We weren't anywhere near as good as what we were last year. But boy, that restart was something else. And Kyle Larson powers the Target Ganassi machine all the way to victory lane here in Michigan. How about that? The post-race show is coming up here in Michigan, followed by victory lap, and then appropriately Kyle Larson is the featured driver in tonight's Racing Roots. Just perfect timing and time for the post-race show. Here's Chris Devoda.
Thank you, Diff. Yep, the winning driver is in victory lane. We'll go ahead and let him climb out and celebrate. This one feels pretty good. We're getting a bath with this one, that's for sure. Let's get in here. I'm going to get his owner, Chip Ganassi, in here, too. As Kyle hugs his spotter, Derek Nealon, all of his crew guys. We got a bath on that one, Chip.
Yeah. Unbelievable, huh? What a kid. The way he's driving right now. You know, he was in Knoxville last night. Got here in the middle of the night, got some rest. I said, you sure you can do this? One night and the next day, he said, yes. He's just an incredible driver.
Go get your driver. Bring him over here. We want to talk to him. We're going to have Chip do the honors here.
They're all yelling at me for telling you that.
I can't believe it.
Where in the world did that move come from?
I have no idea. He asked, or he said something about going 3 wide on the restart, and I was like, well, yeah, that's one of my options for sure. I was running a few through my head, and that was one of them to try and get a good run and get peak to his inside and slow him down and clear him through 1 and 2. So that was the most perfect restart of my life, and I've lost a lot on late restarts, but to get one from the second row makes up for a few of them.
For either of you, it's not like you needed a win to get in the playoffs, but this celebration right now feels like one of those kind of wins. Why so?
To me, it feels better than any of my other Cup wins or Xfinity wins, because I didn't think I had a shot to win that at all. My car was really loose in traffic, average and clean air, but we were able to get it done in late in the race there, so can't thank Target enough, Credit One Bank, all of our supporters and partners for all they do to allow me to have some fun, Chip Ganassi for everything he's done for me this week, but not only this week, but all throughout my career, so can't thank him enough.
Hey, can this party come back to Pittsburgh?
Well, you know, I mean, it's just a nice thing. You know, we've been in the doldrums a little bit the last few races. I keep seeing these stats you put up there that we were 23rd or worse the last 3 or 4 races or something. So it's nice to break out of that and you know, get ourselves drilled a little deeper in with playoff points, you know, into the playoffs. And you know, my hat's off to this kid right here. He's just an incredible talent.
All right, go have some fun. Thanks, guys.
And Krista, people will be talking about this week because it just caps off the story. It's unbelievable. Wednesday night in Knoxville, Kyle Larson, the winner of today's Pure Michigan 400, wins there as well.
Yeah, that was the start of Knoxville week, a qualifying night. That track means so much to him, and you hear him talk about it from the sprint car world. And then Chip gives him permission to go back last night, tries to get the win, ends up just behind Donnie Schatz, finishes second in the Knoxville Nationals.
And then the move today, Jeff Burton. Watch that 42 right up on the back of the 78, and this is the key moment of the race.
Talked about it. He timed it just right, anticipated it, went up and actually bumped the 78 car, got the 78 a little bit loose. You saw him wiggle just a little bit. That let his momentum get going, and then Kyle Larson clears the 78. Just a great restart, and what's awesome about it is when Kyle Larson said, I feel like this is so great because of the ones I didn't win. You always remember what you didn't win on late race restarts. He learned from those mistakes, had an opportunity today to apply what he learned, and he did it textbook.
That might be like lifetime permission to go run the Knoxville Nationals now, right? I mean, he did it, came back here and won.
The precedent has been set, that's for sure. Well, I wonder what the thoughts are of Martin Truex Jr. Let's hear. He's with Marty.
Well, so close for Martin Truex Jr. What happened on that final restart?
I just tried to do something a little different there with Larson behind me, and he hit me. And when he hit me, I went and I spun the tires. They got just too cold under that red, and not enough time to get them warmed up. Our car generally all day took a few laps to get going, but when we had enough caution laps, I could kind of keep heating the tires. So just spun him a bit, and he got a run, and I thought, there's no way he's going to go around me on the bottom with all that speed right down there, and I just went into one and just chattering tires because they were so cold. So just one of those deals, you know, sometimes these things don't work out. Proud of everybody on the team. They did a great job today, and had a really fast race car again. So proud of that. Sorry I couldn't get it done for those guys and all our fans out there, but all in all, I mean, it's a good day, and Michigan's just been tough. We've been so fast here, we just can't get that W. Today it's on me, but we'll learn from it and move on.
What goes through the mind, though, Martin, when you're having the dominant run like that, and then the caution comes out with a few laps to go? What processes in your mind?
It's typical. I mean, it happens. You never know. I mean, there was no debris on the racetrack that I seen when that first one came out, and then, cautions breed cautions at the end of these things. So, we were on cruise control until that last one, and then, the red flag is really what hurt us. I think had it stayed under yellow, we'd have been fine. Just everything got cold, and I just couldn't get enough heat in my tires. So that's part of the deal, man. That's how it goes. The double file restarts are really tricky. You can be here all 9 of them, and the 10th one counts for the win. Sometimes you don't get it, and today just it wasn't our day. So like I said, we'll move on, and we'll keep working on it.
Winds up being a second place today for Martin Truex Jr.
So for Ryan Newman, after starting 25th, that was really making something out of a less than stellar qualifying run. What was your assessment of it?
Just a good run for the Velveeta Shells and Sheets Chevrolet. Luke did a great job making the call for us to stay out. We caught the break there with the 22's tire, and got a couple good restarts, and made it a little bit out of nothing. So we're challenged all day, struggled a little bit, but seems like whenever we got this Velveeta name on the car, we end up in the top 5. So keep doing it.
Top 5 for Newman today. Good run.
Well, the hometown kid who almost pulled off the win actually was Erik Jones today, and I tell you what an impressive performance. Did you allow yourself to start thinking this might happen, first Cup win at home?
Yeah, I did for a few moments, and then the 78 really kind of picked it up there the last 50 laps or so, and he was really fast. And I think we were kind of in our own league there for a long time, him and I, and we were kind of matching lap times. He'd go faster, I'd go faster. I really think it was going to be whoever was out front was going to win at the end, and unfortunately, neither of us got it done. So it just neither of us really got going great on the last restart. I spun my tires, he spun his, and just wasn't what we needed at the end.
How frustrating was it to start on the bottom on all those restarts, Erik? That's a tough spot.
Yeah, it was tough. It wasn't quite as bad as it was here in the June race, but it was definitely still tough. It was really hard to get through one, and it was hard to get going in the restart zone too. I don't know why. It just seems like you struggle down there with the I guess the radius of the straightaway is a little tighter, but it was frustrating. You want to be up there on the top and kind of commanding the guy in the bottom lane, but just couldn't. Never quite worked out for us.
Nonetheless, a career day for the young man from Byron, Michigan.
A really impressive run, Marty, indeed. So we go to the updated playoff standings, and things just get more and more interesting with, as we keep saying, Jeff, just 3 races to go now.
Well, Chase Elliott and Jamie McMurray with solid days, padded their lead a little bit over Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer had a struggle, spent on pit road, got the damage on the right front, so he's dug himself a little bit of bigger hole than he would have had.
Well, you mentioned those two. Well, Matt Kenseth and the 20 car, he was in position right here on the second row with Kyle Larson. As you see on this final restart, the big run by the 42, well, the 20 goes to the bottom and gets squeezed in there 3 wide.
3 wide on the bottom, and Michigan's very tough. Then Kyle Larson comes down, and Matt has to lift a little bit. That loses his momentum. He's going back quickly now. Gets to the wall a little bit. Everybody's stacked up, obviously having an issue right there. You see how slow he is. He obviously has a tire going down already.
Then was ping-ponging off the wall, and other cars getting hit from behind and by the side. Check this out.
And basically, Lee, this right here, everything we're showing you, these last 2 laps, NASCAR overtime, cost Matt Kenseth 21 points. So his 31-point advantage over the 14 was much, much bigger. So You don't want to call it this, but a small gift maybe to Clint Boyer. After a struggle of a day, it was looking like a 50, 52, 53-point deficit. He gains it or closes it back down to 31. Still a manageable margin with 3 races to go.
What a day here in Michigan. Kyle Larson, 3 in a row. So glad you could be with us, but stick around, so much more coming. Here is Krista, Kyle, and DJ. Guys.
Thank you, Diffie. The celebration continuing in victory lane. And one move, one restart made the difference for Kyle Larson. You see his owner, Chip Ganassi, standing there. Kyle continuing to celebrate. And, I mean, if Kyle Larson, one move made the difference for